verse 34. Let's have a great reading today. John 13 verse 34. Reading from the King James. I know you all love the King James. I do too. I don't mind the old Good News Bible as well. Okay, reading from verse 34. A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another, as I have loved you, that you also love one another. Okay, so you're probably saying, where you go, Ronnie? You go to a soccer match, an English soccer match, you're all dressed up, looks like you're going to vote, cheer on the squad, probably Liverpool, something like that. Oh, London. London or a brick. I don't know where they got that saying from. London or bust. I know London's not a bad spot because I've been there a long time ago in my little merchant navy ship, Cape Wrath. Pulled into Newcastle up on Tyne, unloaded some wheat. We went down to London, unloaded some more wheat. We went round to Liverpool, unloaded some more wheat. Good old Liverpool. So Liverpool, if I was going to vote for a football club, I'd probably go for Liverpool. I looked around Liverpool, it's quite a nice little spot. Nice little spot, Liverpool. Okay, so this is a new commandment. Don't worry about the soccer, mate. Those soccer people, they can get quite nasty. They like fighting. If they don't win the match, they don't show a lot of love for their opposition. In fact, they've had a lot of vicious fights. Liverpool, all the other mobs, especially when they go to France and Italy and that, oh, they really get stirred up. They think that their football is some sort of a god. We worship our football. All they want to know is who's playing and who's not playing. And we do that same nonsense in Australia too. We've got the down at Fremantle, we got the Dockers. They're all got a nice new oval to practice on, all beautiful amenities. Oh, they're so famous, our Dockers. Then we got the Eagles flying high. Sometimes they're not flying, oh they are at the moment, they are flying high, that's right. They're all clapping themselves, patting themselves, oh you're a great job. You're doing a great job there, you're winning for the Eagles, we're flying high. But the only thing that you can do when you're flying high is you can come down with a big wallop. Okay, what's that got to do with this, Ronnie? You stick to the word, don't worry about the football, don't worry about London for a brick. I know you wouldn't mind getting on a ship again, doing another cruise, down in the engine room, stoking up the boilers, because it's warmer there than what it is here today. It's freezing cold, mate. I guess why I'm warming up. It's nice and warm, this London jacket. I got this from London too, actually, not that long ago. I've been back a few more times. In fact, if you trace my heritage back, we've come from London. We come from England. My great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, he came from England. Oh, you've told that story before, Ronnie, haven't you? Yeah, but I better tell you again because some of you don't know it. He was out pinching gold watches and he got caught. He went up to the Old Bailey, and the Old Bailey, the judge said, what are you doing stealing gold watches? That's no good. I find you guilty. He said, oh no, I wouldn't do that. Yes, you are. There's a ship leaving tonight for Australia, Sydney. It's the Second Fleet. It's quite a nice boat. You should have a nice trip. So don't go stealing any more of those gold watches when you get to Australia. So the old great-great-great-great-grandfather said, oh no sir, 3 bags full, I wouldn't do anything like that. Then the judge said, righto, the ship's leaving tonight, make sure you're on it, have a good trip. Have you got any last words? Great-great-great-grandfather said, yes, he said, what's the time? Okay, so we get down. A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another as I have loved you, that you also love one another. This is the most important lesson you can learn today, is God's love. You must have love. By verse 35, by this all will know that you are my disciples, if you have love one for another. Simon Peter said to him, Lord, where are you going? Jesus answered him, "Where I am going you cannot follow me now, but you shall follow me afterward." Peter said to him, "Lord, why can I not follow you now? He makes this great big bold promise. Don't God's people make great promises? Oh, we're going to love one another, Lord, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Cloud without rain, cloud without lightning, storms without lightning, whatever you like to say. Peter said to him, "Lord, why can I not follow you now? I will lay down my life for your sake." Oh, that's a bold statement. Laying down your life for the Lord's sake. There must be a lot of love going on here. A lot of love coming out of John 13 verse 34 down to 37. Peter said to him, "Lord, why can I not follow you now? I will lay down my life for your sake." Jesus said to him, "Will you lay down your life for me, for my sake? Most assuredly, I say to you, the rooster shall not crow till you have denied me 3 times. So here we have promises. Simon Peter said to him, "Lord, where are you going? I will follow you." But there we find that Jesus could see past the human frailty. Let's be assured that the human life is very frail and fragile. Though we want to love, we try to, but there's situations come up that our love goes out the door, out the window. And this is the same here. Simon Peter. Promises, promises. You see, now, if we go back to verse 23, we find that Simon Peter was one of Jesus' favourite disciples. He was a favourite. People say, "Oh, God doesn't have favourites." Well, here he did. God doesn't have, I've heard all this stuff. God doesn't have any favourites, doesn't he? Oh, well, there it is there. Verse 23. Now there was leaning on Jesus' bosom one of his disciples whom Jesus loved. So here he was leaning on him, a very close cuddle, if you like. A very close relationship where you can cuddle up with Jesus. He was leaning on him, sitting next to him, and he was leaning on him like that. It's fairly rare, not too many men go around leaning on their friends. Verse 25, then leaning back on Jesus' breast, he said to him, "Lord, who is it?" I've gone a bit ahead there. When Jesus said these things, he was troubled in spirit. Now, go back to 20. "Most assuredly I say to you, he who receives whoever I send receives me. And who receives me receives him who sent me." When Jesus had said these things, he was troubled in spirit and testified and said, "Most assuredly I say to you, one of you will betray me." Oh, we're getting back to betrayal. That is certainly not very much love involved in that. Praise the Lord.